p.m. afternoon, you Americans. I'm Jericho Green, and I'm right here. I'm with you once again. What the fuck is going on? What's going on, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Big up to all the members up in this bitch. Appreciate you guys being there. Being here. I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just the thing. You know the thing. What a dumbass. Like every time he opens his mouth, just some dumb, incoherent, senile gibberish comes a falling out. The Ferg, of course, non-members. I said everybody. What's going on? Everybody who's here, I'm glad you are. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me. Thank you. Tonight is Wednesday night, isn't it? Yes, it is. So that means double impact, triple threat, myself, Gabe, Sean. Matter of fact, let me put that in the description box now, but I usually put it up on my page too. But since we're talking about it, fuck it, let's do it. But tonight, you know how we do. We break down action movies from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and sometimes the 70s, like tonight, Dirty Harry. Can't wait. Here we go. Share. Damn right we're going to share. Damn right we're sharing this shit. Go turn that shit down. Bam. There it is. There's the link. Make sure you come hang out with us tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be kicking it off. I will be, here, let me pin that. I will be 30 minutes late. Why, you ask? Because Junior has a baseball game tonight at 5:30, and it's an hour, 5:30 to 6:30. And Double Impact obviously starts at 6. So I will be there 30 minutes tardy because I can't miss my son's game. And it's 5 minutes from the house. But it's stone's throw. So I got to be there. So that's what it'll be. And that's where I will be. So be here, there with me at 6:30. Just start a damn rap career. I'm already rapping better than half of them out there. Thank you, Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. Thank you for the Hamilton. He says, everybody get played tonight. Everybody play tonight. Everybody get played tonight. Wasn't that Wang Chung? Wang Chung, everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. And that was the name of the group, Wang Chung. Sweet Mama G, JG being a good dad always comes first. It does. And it's not like it's far away and I'm not able to make it because I got to be here for the show. It's like 5 minutes from the house. Come on. I got to be there. Jay Reason, what's up, man? He says you on early, bro. No, I'm on right on time. I'm right on time. You're going to see me twice today. Can you guys stomach that? Can you stomach this twice? I hope so. Brian King B, what's up, man? He says, that's my favorite thing to be is a dad. It really is. To be, I don't know if do you have a son or a daughter or both, King B? But I have both. But it's just something, it's just something in you. It's a great feeling to be around your kids. Is it always rainbows and laughter? Hell no. They piss you off a lot. But nothing better. Nothing better. I look forward to hanging out with my kids. I look forward to hanging out with my son, going to his games, playing catch with him at the park. Dad shit. Jay Reason says, my bad. I haven't slept. Been up for 24 hours working on a big project for the biz. Damn it, you got to rest, Jay Reason. You got to rest, man. You got to recharge, recoup. But I get it, man. You got something you got to work on. You got a project, something you want to give to the world. You put a lot into it. Perfection takes time. I get it, man. But please, rest yourself. Shout out to Authentically Kennedy, president of the about to be a new mama club. You said October, right? Yeah, do my math right. October. Good for you. Happy for you. Yeah, man. Jay Reason, take care of yourself, man. You got to take care of yourself. You got to look out for number one. But despite your lack of sleep, I appreciate you being here, man. Through all that, you still here, man. You still here. Appreciate that. Almost lost it. Almost lost it. Mousy, Scott Calais, Wheezy, what up? Wet Works, Derek. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate you being here. What a docket we have today. Oh, December. Okay, I thought it was December. I saw the video you posted. I thought it said October, but December. December 11th. The world is going to change for the better. Because Authentically Kennedy is going to bring forth life on the planet. Are you going to find out what you're going to have, or you want a surprise? We found out because I wanted to be prepared. I wanted to have, if it was going to be a girl, I want to have a bunch of stuff for girls for my daughter. I don't know, but some people, they want to be surprised. It's cool. It's cool, let's say. Oscar Gonzalez, you better be lying to me. He says, Jericho, there's a U.S. Navy drag queen ambassador. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? I thought that military branches, the military, no matter which branch, their main focus, their main goal is to kill, right? Fight wars, which means killing the bad guy before they can kill you. Yeah, killing. That's why they have ships and missiles and bombs and airplanes that carry missiles and bombs and bullets, submarines that shoot missiles, sometimes nuclear. Yeah, I thought that's what they were out there for, but apparently they're doing something else. Let's see. Oscar Gonzalez, I don't even want to click on this. But we've come this far. And yes, I'm going to share the screen with you. I'm not going to fucking deal with this on my own. You're going to look at this shit too. Oh, come on, dog. Why would... And I would still be very upset if it were any other branch, but why's it got to be my branch? Fuck it. Here we go. Get the fuck out of the way, ad. U.S. Navy hires active duty drag queen to be face of recruitment drive. Now, here's my first question. Why do they know that you're a drag queen and you're in the active duty military? I don't know. You think they would not let those two worlds collide? You do this, you're military, and then that's your separate life, and we don't let those two worlds mix. Fuck this video. That bullshit. What? Harpy Daniels. It's always some porn sounding name. Some ridiculous name that no real woman would ever be named. Navy's Harpy Daniels is the drag queen of the sea with hopes to inspire. They let this motherfucker do a drag show on a U.S. Navy vessel. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. You should not be allowed to have your uniform in a video with some bullshit like this. What the fuck? You see what they've done? This is our fighting force. If China comes a knocking, they're supposed to answer the door and defend us. Look at this shit. I am ashamed. You shouldn't be allowed to do this shit. What happened to don't ask, don't fucking tell me? That was perfect. We won't ask about your private business. Don't tell us about your private business because we're here to do military shit. Look at this fucking nonsense. What the fuck? And you ain't fooling nobody. You're the ugliest fucking female I've ever seen. You are fooling no one. There would have to be copious amounts of alcohol and extremely low lighting for you to pass as a woman. You look like a crazy ass dude with mental problems dressed up like a female cartoon character. What the fuck? His parents must be, his father is just ashamed. Hold on, I can't watch any more of that bullshit. I got food in my stomach. It says the U.S. Navy invited an active duty drag queen to be the digital ambassador as part of a recent drive to, quote, attract the most talented and diverse workforce. That's where you're fucking up. And combat plunging recruitment. Talented and diverse. I didn't know the military wanted you for your talents. I thought that the military would teach you a talent. Like that you take the ASVAB, okay, you're smart. We'll put you in this field and we'll teach you. Talented? What does that mean? You're a good dancer? You're a good performer now? You put that's part of the ASVAB? I guess the last question on the ASVAB is, can you shake it though? Can you drop it like it's hot? That's the last question on the fucking military entry exam. Can you drop it like it's hot? Because we need talented and diverse people. We need a talented and diverse workforce. That's what they said. Diversity. They're putting diversity above all else. Yeoman, which is basically a secretary, second class Joshua Kelly, who identifies as non-binary. So what uniform is this motherfucker allowed to wear? Oh, it looks like in the video he's wearing the male uniform, but he's non-binary. So why would you? Was appointed as the first of 5 Navy digital ambassadors in a pilot program that ran from October to March. Last October to this March. Kelly, whose stage name is Harpy Daniels, has shared their journey on TikTok and Instagram, where they described how they began performing on board and became an advocate for people who are oppressed for years in the service. Service. You're here to serve. I don't give a fuck about your oppression. You're all equally oppressed in the military. As enlisted. Service. That's why they call it joining the service. Thank you for your service. You're serving. You're not there for advocacy. You're not there to be an activist. He became an advocate for people who were, quote, oppressed for years in the service. Then keep your fucking ass out of the service. There are strict guidelines for you to follow to join the service. If you don't like it, don't fucking join. You don't have to. It's on a volunteer basis. From joining in 2016 and being able to share my drag experience on my off time with my fellow sailors has been a blessing, Kelly wrote on Instagram. In November, when announcing their appointment as digital ambassador to their more than 8,000 followers. Thank you, Navy, for giving me this opportunity. I don't speak for the Navy, but simply sharing my experience in the Navy, hoo-yah, and let's go slay. That's what that bitch said. Hoo-yah and go slay. And if you're recruiting this fucking freak because of low recruitment numbers, who are you going after? You don't want no guys who are going to get in there and do some killing. With this fucking guy, you're going to recruit dudes who want their surgery paid for. They want you to pay for somebody to step on that little thing at the bottom of the trash can. You know, you step on the pedal and the top of the trash can flips up. They want to pay for somebody to step on that trash can and toss his dick in it. You know, the lid of the trash can comes up like a little backboard on a basketball hoop. He's gonna off the top of the can into the bag. Nothing but dick. What kind of dude do you think is going to join the military, the Navy, because of this motherfucker? They want more of this in the Navy, in the military in general. And don't think the other branches aren't going to follow suit. Don't think the U.S. Navy is going to be the lone dumbass. The other branches are going to have it too. I want to share my story in the Marine Corps. Hoo-yah, devil dogs. Here in the Air Force, the Chair Force, whatever you want to call it, we can all be in the Mile High Club, sugar, in the Air Force. And don't forget the Army. We're going to have pink camo if it kills me, sister, in the Army. When you scoot over, is there room for 3 in that sleeping bag, you silly? Ugh. Sorry, almost threw up. Ugh. Woo. Woo. Wow, why did it have to be the Navy? Thanks, Dane Jukic. Thanks for saying you like my impressions. The fuck? That motherfucker said hoo-yah. You can't say that. Golly, what the fuck? Do you think China has a fucking drag queen ambassador for you silly little Chinese soldiers? Get over here and get some of this dim sum. Shame. Makes you ashamed. I'm ashamed that I was part of that fucking Navy. This ain't the Navy I knew. You know, the village people are somewhere going, yes, finally, it's the Navy we sang about in the 70s. Anyway, back to business. Thank you, Spun Bearing 65 for the Hamiltons. Says Chocolate Patty Pig and Juicy Smalley tearing him up. We're not doing the drama. There's nothing but drama. But drama. Just kidding. No pun intended. There's some butt drama in here. Hoo-yah. Absolutely disgusting. Jay Reason, thank you, man. I appreciate your generosity. Thank you, Jay Reason, for the Hamilton. He just a laugh emoji. That man's been up 24 hours. That's all he could muster was an emoji. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute. I know there's one more. There's one more. Hold on. I knew it. I seen it. Hold on. Here comes. Here comes. Mr. Kojak, thank you again. Looking forward to the Jay Reason football watch parties. It's getting close to that time. Yeah, man. I'll be there. I discovered Jay Reason last football season. Great coverage. Great live stream, the way it's ran. The, what should I say? The, what would you call it? Just the images, I can't even think. Anyway, the way it's ran, all the images, the stuff that he posts when someone sends a super chat, all the computer tech shit. That's what I mean. It's a good looking show. And the man knows what he's doing. So if you want to catch some good football coverage, can't get it on the TV for whatever reason, or even if you can, you just want some good ass coverage, make sure you check out my man Jay Reason. And then YouTube channel, it's spelled just the way it is right here, JREASN. No O. That's right, Amanda Mitchell. She says, emphasize those assets. What the fuck is going on here? I'm just shameful. Shameful. Like you wish it was happening in somebody else's country, not ours. You wish that it was happening to somebody else. That is the United States Navy. They take care of the waterways of the world. And they got a fucking drag queen ambassador. Mike Lang, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Member, Mike Lang. Lang, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Oh, man. Come on, man. Killing myself to live. The United States man gravy. Hey, watch out there. What branch are you in? Tell me what branch you are in. Because that sounds like some shit talk coming from somebody who was in another branch. And guess what? I got some shit talk for you. Come on. Tell me. What branch you in? Huh? You man enough. Thank you, Sean Ara H. Cool kids. You know what to do. Stand up. Scoot it. Sidestep it down because we got a new member at the Cool Kids table, Sean. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. We got another one. And Sean's from Germany. Well, thank you, Sean, for being here from the Germany, from the Deutschland. Thank you, man. We're so international here. So international, guys. We got support all over the world. Thank you. Mage Jones. I hope I'm saying that right. I have never seen that name before in my life. But Mage Jones, I appreciate you for becoming a member of Green Nation. Now, cool kids, I know you just sat back down, but stand it back up. Scoot it down. Another member at the Cool Kids table. Thank you. And Sean, RH, the new member, the one we just talked about, who's from Germany, says he's from Long Beach, the LBC. That's a pretty wild city, from what I understand. From what I understand, Long Beach is fucking crazy. I'm sure not all of it. But there's a healthy gang culture there. Okay, make sure I didn't miss nothing. Bam Bam Bigelow, what's up? Killing myself to live. I still don't see down here where you told me what branch you were in. Bam Bam Bigelow, standard issue pantyhose next. I mean, you know, the Air Force has maternity flight suits. So why the fuck not? Mage Jones says I said it right. Okay, Mage, thank you. Mage Jones. Tonight, 8 p.m., be here with Mage Jones. Thank you, Mage. Hold on here. Patrick C says, I'm cultured. I eat at International House of Pancakes. Just have that pinky out, man, when you're eating those delicious buttermilk pillows. I'm sure you have your pinky out. Show how international, how classy you really are. All right, people. Here we go. Title, chocolate patty. And I'm not talking about an actual chocolate patty. If you look at the thumbnail, that's peppermint patty from, what's it called? Peanuts. But she has darker skin. Somebody made her black. So when you hear me talk about chocolate patty, if you're new here, I'm talking about Corinne Jean-Pierre Wyclef Jean, whatever her name is, who is the worst at her job. But the reason I call her chocolate patty is because the one before her, Jen Psaki, Miss Circle Back, she was called peppermint patty. So I call Corinne Wyclef Jean-Pierre, I call her chocolate patty. Mainly because I don't respect her and I don't care what her name is, but chocolate patty is good. So that's why I call it that. So anyway, she's back to spewing lies. If you guys remember that scene from The Rock with Sean Connery. There's a scene where this guy, one of the bad guys, Nick Cage, there's these balls, these orbs of like super toxic shit. Spoiler alert. And Nick Cage puts one of those balls in the guy's mouth and it hits his chin and it explodes in his mouth. And the guy grabs his throat and just goes, and just spits all this shit out. And it's from the side. So you got the sun behind him, you know, like around 4:30 in the afternoon in your living room. If there's a ray of sunshine coming in, you see all the shit floating in the air. It was just like that. The light was behind him and he just goes and just spews this shit everywhere. That's how Chocolate Patty spews her lies from the podium. Just all over. Like the first 3 rows of the press need to be like they're at a Gallagher concert and just have a poncho on to keep you dry. Because she's going to spew her little fucking lies all over you. And yesterday was no different. Yesterday might have been her greatest lie. We'll have to see. Joe 960 says, yo, pray for Jamie Foxx. I just saw something about that before I got on here, that he's been in the hospital for like 3 weeks. And in the beginning, it was just, he just had a medical emergency. He's fine. But he's been in the hospital for 3 weeks. And as we all know, whether we've been there ourselves that long or had somebody we cared about in the hospital that long, that's a long fucking time to be in the hospital. And that is not good. So definitely, if you're the praying type, put some in the air for Jamie Foxx, who does one of the greatest Donald Trumps I've ever heard, plus many others. I mean, he got an Oscar for acting like Ray Charles, but it would be a shame to lose Jamie Foxx because he's a great talent, and by all accounts, he's a great father too. He was married to Katie Holmes. That was weird, but yeah, definitely hope the best for Mr. Jamie Foxx. Thank you again, Spunbearing 65. You just a generous son bitch today, aren't you? He says Biden will flood lines on teleprompter like cheap Alpo will make a dog fart uncontrollably. That's for sure. See, there are certainties in this world still. Yeah, you can go ahead and bet on that. Just like Steven Seagal said in Hard to Kill, you could take that to the bank, Senator, to the blood bank. You can guarantee that the sun is going to rise in the east. It's going to set in the west. The sun is hot. Puppies are cute. Cancer is bad. And Biden is going to fuck up when he's talking. Guaranteed. I don't make a lot of guarantees in life because there just aren't many guarantees. But that is one that you can bet on every single time. Every time. And it's not just misspeaking. You get to going, sometimes your mouth gets ahead of your brain. You know, it happens. We're not talking misspeaking. We're talking saying shit, saying words that don't exist. Like renadin deficit, dependent pressure, shit like that. These aren't words. So you can guarantee that he's gonna fuck up. It could be forget a teleprompter. It could be a jumbotron. It could be one of those big ass TVs that they have in a stadium that you could see from one end of the stadium to the other. He could have a jumbotron. He could have a screen so big that each letter is as tall as him. And he will fuck it up. What's the only true thing that Barack Obama said? Well, never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up. And I'm going home to get pegged by Mike. Good night. The only true thing he ever said. Well, not the only. When he started rattling off the statistics for if you're raised in a single parent home. That's true, too. Only two true things he's ever said. Aaron M. says the fact that he hasn't been impeached proves he's a dictator. But I think that's due to the fact that they need, 2/3 majority to start an impeachment. And with our narrow lead in the House, that ain't gonna fucking happen. But he does have some dictatorial ways, doesn't he? Fucking turd. Rita din definite. Okay. I'm gonna look that one up. Anybody want to look that up? Can you get me a definition on ridodendin deficit? Cooks Up Beats, what's up, man? He says, I'm gonna defeat Joe Biden. Joe Biden. He's so fucking stupid. But he has brain damage. He has brain damage. Seriously, no bullshit. Literally. He has brain damage. He had 3 aneurysms and an embolism. So that man is suffering from brain damage. Bam Bam Bigelow. I fell for Obama's forked tongue. It's okay, man. A lot of people did. It's all right. The important thing is that you know the truth today. Spunbang65, it says he's too high. It's all right, man. Just lay there on the floor. Enjoy the show. P Dog Knight, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Thanks for having me on your show a few months back. Thank you. And check out his channel. Please do. Napa CEF. Jericho, do you think the social pendulum is swinging back? I think there's some signs of it swinging in the opposite direction. I think more and more people with big platforms are starting to echo the things we've been saying since that decrepit old fuck took his seat at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue or had it given to him. You're definitely seeing that more, but is that going to shake out in the election? Because a referendum, that's going to be on us, and not us. Like, cause we ain't voting for. If you are a fan of my show and my content, you ain't voting for that motherfucker. But I'm talking about just us as a people, because these dumb fucks live with us too. They live in our country too, and we're going to get lumped up together with them. So that is a reflection on us. If not only, because last time we saw this fool in snippets. They kept him tucked away in the basement, 2,000 mules, all that bullshit, the ballot harvesting and all that shit that took place. But just as far as him, they kept him tucked away in the basement. They let him out a few times every once in a while to talk, to stumble over his words and look like a senile old jackass in public. But this time, come election time, we will have 4 years of him on the main stage. We will have 4 years of him visiting foreign countries and their dignitaries, making policy, making decisions, not making policy, not making decisions, all that shit. Whatever his performance is, we're going to have 4 years of it. Ukraine. That's got to change some people's minds. That's got to make some people who are suffering from terminal TDS, some of them got to wake up. Some of them got to say, fuck this. Come on. J. Poe, what's up, man? He says, I didn't even vote for Barry. The moment he opened his mouth and spoke, both myself and my girlfriend at the time said the same thing. He's full of shit. Yeah. Just let him. You have to believe people when they tell you what they are. And he told us from day one he's full of shit. Oh, Authentically Kennedy, there's a CNN town hall with Donald Trump. Oh, man. He's about to fucking go off. He's about to go off. Oh, man. P-Dog Knight says, Joe can't hide this time. The only thing he can do is run from his record and his dementia. Yeah, because that's what we're going to have. We're going to have a 4-year record of that fucking idiot. I don't understand. And like, how is this shit not visible to people? Like, they have to be just purposefully being willfully ignorant. Because you can't watch one thing. Him about Chris says it's on CNN. Is it on right now? It says he proves to you over and over and over again. It doesn't matter who he's talking in front of. It doesn't matter how big the crowd or who the crowd is. You cannot get through him a public speaking engagement of Sloppy Joe and not just have your head in your hand just like, fuck. He can start off strong. They give him Adderall or whatever the fuck they give him. It's like giving sugar to a kid. TV for my bunghole. All that shit for about an hour. Then sugar starts to wear off. Yes, Martin Foxx, I just talked about it. I don't want to relive that nightmare. But eventually they're going to crash. Eventually, whatever the fuck you injected him in his hindquarters before, hey, what was that? He goes in there and starts speaking. That shit's going to wear off. And old brain damaged Sloppy Joe is going to come on back in front of that microphone. And you're going to be like, fuck. Mm-hmm. Hold on. God, this comment section is like so active today. Like, go, guys. When he gets angry, it's so pathetic. Bevic Michael. Yeah, it is. It makes him more pathetic. It's just like him saying, hey, it's not a joke. It's not hyperbole. It's a fact. You don't need to say that if it's not a joke and if it's hyperbole. We can tell by the way you just said it seriously that it's not a joke. But when you say that, we know you're full of shit. Like my dad would say, boy, he makes me mad as a wet hen. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. Thank you again, man. He says all of lamestream media is begging for that Trump bump. They need it. The mainstream mediocres, the CNNs, especially now since they cut Donna Lamone, that greasy lit bitch, loose. Especially after that, now they're really hurting. The mainstream mediocres, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, and pretty much CBS, whoever, you insert alphabet TV station here. Any of them. They need it. They are ashy lip Tyrone Bigham crackheads ready to suck dick for $2 just to get that. Come on, baby.
Come on, hey, it's me, baby. It's the kid. It's CNN, baby. Look. Come on, Trump. Hey, just come back in the studio. We'll do a little town hall, baby, and you can just sit there and say whatever you want. But please, we need the ratings, baby. I suck your dick, Trump. Please, just come back, man. Please, man, we need you. Y'all want some cheeseburgers? That's the mainstream mediocres right now. They need it. He's all they have. He's all they have. They have nothing else. They need him. Koshan Montag. Montag. Jericho, do you remember the first debate in 2020? Sloppy Joe was wearing a wire during. Yeah, remember that shit? You think he could get through that alone? They don't let that fool walk around alone. I remember a couple months back, he was walking down the hallway in the Senate building with Chuck Schumer, and he's holding on to Chuck Schumer's arm. And I said at the time, there's only two people that hold a man's arm like that. Your woman or a really old person who has trouble walking and they need to lean on you. Which one do you think he is? Now, could him and Chuck be fucking each other? Maybe. You seen Chuck's wife? Chuck's wife's face will make you consider dick. That's how ugly she is. But I think he falls in the latter category. An old person, an extremely old person, an old decrepit person that needs help standing up. You don't hold another man's arm like that. If I'm walking with a friend of mine and he holds my arm like that, bro, you better be losing consciousness. I better look over and see you passing. Oh, shit, man. I don't want you to hit the ground. Because other than that, don't fucking touch my arm like that. Right? I don't know. I'm just a fucking taxpayer. I don't know shit. J954, the pride of Florida. Thank you for the Twomsky. He says, hey, JG, I still here. I got a story to tell. I was hospitalized for a week. When the system tried me, they shot and missed. Willie said, no stopping what can't be stopped, no killing what can't be killed. He was talking about me. What? The system tried me. They shot and missed. What the fuck happened, man? I noticed you were gone, but I didn't know it's for those kind of reasons. Hey, shoot me an email, man. JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com. What the fuck, J954? Where you been at, man? They had you at Cyberdyne Systems and trying to make you a cyborg there. But I'm glad you're back, man. A week in the hospital, fuck. Careless, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Careless says, Jericho, maybe I missed you covering this last week, but did you see the clip of a child reminding Biden of the last country he visited? I did. I covered a different part of that same interaction. The part where they were, where the kid was asking him about what his favorite ice cream is. Like, oh, chocolate chip ice cream. I have some in my office. We can go there alone. But yeah, the little kid had to tell him, he was like, what's the last country I visited? And the kid goes, Ireland. Oh, yeah, Ireland. What? What? You had to be reminded of the last country you were just in like a week ago? This feeble-minded motherfucker, man. Are you serious? That's right, J954. CNN is a vibe. Ooh, without Trump, we don't have shit. We need him. Like we need air to breathe. The mainstream mediocres need that orange son of a bitch. Ooh. Disgusting. Without Trump, they have nothing. And they know it. They fucking know it. They know it. Hold on, where is it? There it is. All right, cool. Make sure we got them all. Make sure we got them all. Make sure we took care of everybody. There we go. Bam. Okay, here we go. Robert Boycourt says he sees 245 thumbs up, but there's over 400 people in here. Can we make that right? Can we balance that out? Can you guys disengage the finger that you hit thumbs up with? Hit the thumbs up and stick that finger right back where it was. That's right, Bam Bam Bigelow. He said Jericho's deep voice won over his wife. That was certainly part of it. Ooh. Oh, man. Joel 960, did you hear about Jamie Foxx? Did he just die? Fuck. I hope not. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Connie. Oh, yes. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Connie Fernie, for the Hamilton. Quite generous of you, and I appreciate that. Okay. Nothing new on Jamie Foxx. 19 minutes ago, Jamie Foxx responds to pray for Jamie Buzz amid healthcare. Oh, so he posted a statement. So appreciate all the love, feeling blessed. I don't know. It sounds like something his PR rep would put out. I hope he's getting better. They're not against Jamie Foxx. Hope he's getting better. And he had that TV show, Beat Shazam. Was it a few years back? Two friends of mine were on that show. They did quite well. But they do both work in the radio business, so I'm sure that helped. Man, Jamie Foxx, don't you die on us, man. Don't you fucking die on me, Jamie. Who said that? The old bag said, tell me Joe died. No, I can't tell you that. That's fucked up. Oh, why would you guys feel this way about Sloppy Joe? What did he ever do to you guys? Name one bad thing he's done. Well, we know this person has done nothing wrong. Monica Foster, you member, you. Thank you very much for the Twomsky. She says, Jericho, I missed you over a week as I lost my young sister tragically on the 21st of April. Please, can you shout out my sister, Christina Elise Hamilton? We will miss her. Yes, definitely, Christina Elise Hamilton. I'm sorry that she was taken from you. That's big time. I don't even like to think. There have been times where I started to have a thought, how your mind does sometimes, and think about what would happen if my brother died, and I stopped myself from thinking that because my brother, he's one of my best friends in the whole world, and to lose him would just be fucking awful, just awful. I wouldn't even know what to do. But I'm so sorry for your loss, Monica. I'm glad you're back here with us. But damn, life's a motherfucker sometimes. But we wish. If they say time heals all wounds, so I hope that's definitely true for you, Monica. Sorry about that. Game Hinge Patriot says that's funny. My brother too. Yeah, my brother. That's my boy. That's because you have a special bond with your sibling because you grew up with them. They're the only other people in the world who truly understand who you are and how you were brought up and what life was like as a kid growing up. It's a very unique experience that you both share. So, yeah, that's unthinkable. And I appreciate you guys being so cool and giving condolences and shit to Monica during a very, very difficult time, I'm sure. But how about we balance that out with some good news? Guess what, guys? There is still remnants, if you will, residue of freedom in California.
Not only California, San Fran shithole. Writing something down. Just got an idea. Got to jot it down before I forget. Boom. Okay. Okay. So let's see. SF. SF Walgreens. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, okay, I see. All right, never mind. Urges. So here we go. Update. San Francisco DA says Walgreens security guard won't be charged in Banco Brown slaying. That's right. Somebody used their firearm in self-defense and took somebody else's life in downtown San Francisco, the taint of America, and they will not be brought up on charges. What the fuck? District Attorney Brooke Jenkins on Monday evening confirmed that a security guard who was arrested after allegedly shooting a young person at a downtown Walgreens last week has been released and will not face any charges. Police arrested the guard, 33-year-old Michael Earl Wayne Anthony, following the shooting reported at 6:33 p.m. last Thursday evening in the area of Market and 4th Streets. Uh-oh. Market is a fucked up area in San Francisco. Market Street is horrible. Matter of fact, why am I telling you? I'm going to show you. I'll show you. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, Mr. Kojak, just making it rain. Thank you, Mr. Kojak, for the Hamilton once again. He says eventually there will be too many sudden deaths and hospitalizations to ignore or gloss over. Then the left will make the jab and anchor and hang it on Trump. For sure. That's their go-to. That is their whipping boy. That is their scapegoat. Their perennial whipping boy is Trump. Now that once he introduced himself in the political landscape, he will forever be the person that whose neck they hang their albatrosses around, no matter what it is. Even though he was pushing it. He was just pushing it. He was suggesting it. Sloppy Joe mandated it. So how are you going to take it and hang it around Trump's neck when Sloppy Joe made people do it? They'll figure something out. That's what they do. They're slimy, demonic pieces of shit, and they're good at what they do. They're sick and disgusting and evil and all that stuff, but they're good at what they do. So this right here is a picture of the Walgreens and on Mission and 4th. I told you my story about Mission and 7th, huge open-air drug market, people smoking crack out in the open. One guy was passed out face down with his pants around his ankles in the gutter. Good old Mission Street. Police said the preliminary investigation determined that a theft allegedly occurred during the incident and that Anthony was working as a private security guard at the time. The victim was identified by the city's medical examiner's office as 24-year-old San Francisco resident China Brown. Well, then who's Banco? Uh-oh. But activists with Young Women's Freedom Center refer to him as Banco Brown. Refer to him. So he's a Ku Klux trans member. In an exclusive interview with KPIX reporter Betty Yu, San Francisco District Attorney, Jenkins said that her office would not be charging Anthony after the deadly shooting. As a prosecutor, there is no tougher job than to have to review these types of cases and really make a determination that we know is going to disappoint a community and a family, Jenkins said. Hold on. I'm going to read it the way it's printed. In this particularly instance, this was a shoplifting that really, based on the facts, escalated into a robbery. I think it's in this particular instance, but it says particularly.
Okay, Jenkins said, hold on, what the hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. The shooter, the security guard's name is Michael Earl Wayne Anthony. Michael Earl Wayne Anthony. Michael Earl Wayne Anthony. And this says, Jenkins said that Jenkins ended up using lethal force, firing a single shot from his firearm that ultimately killed Banco Brown. What the? Jenkins said that Anthony is the name of the shooter. Jenkins is the name of the district attorney. Who typed this? We had to evaluate the video, the statement of the security guard, multiple witness statements to figure out whether or not there was a credible claim of self-defense, and we ultimately did not believe we could prove beyond a reasonable doubt here that the security guard had committed murder or any other crime, Jenkins explained. That's a very important thing. I've been told by people who are in law enforcement currently that if you have to, now I'm speaking for California, if you live in a state where you have stand your ground law, or the castle doctrine and all that stuff where, you got a lot more wiggle room, whatever. But even there, but especially in Democrat-run shithole states like California, if you have to use your firearm on somebody, whether it be out in public or be in your home, wherever it is, if you pull your firearm and you kill somebody, here's the first thing that needs to come out of your mouth. The first thing that needs to escape that hole under your nose. I know adrenaline's going to be pumping, emotions are going to be running high, all that shit. The first thing you say to a law enforcement professional is, I feared for my life. I feared for my life. That's what you need to say first. I feared for my life. I thought they were going to kill me. One of those two things. Because that's going to turn you from the perpetrator to someone who had to protect themselves, to the victim almost. I feared for my life. I thought they were going to kill me. That's the first thing you need to say. She noted that in the surveillance video of the encounter, it was apparent that physical force, violence, and threats of violence were used by Brown as he tried to exit the store and take the items in question. However, Jenkins noted that the only weapon found in the incident was the gun used by Anthony. She also offered her condolences to Brown's family and the community surrounding him in the wake of this tragic death. Fuck you, San Francisco. Even though, and you could tell that the DA did this begrudgingly. She even said, I feel these are the worst kind of cases where you're going to have to disappoint someone's family. She also offered condolences to the criminal's family. The family of the person who threatened this dude's life and made him fear for his life, this person that they tried to rob. You didn't have shit to say to his family. Because since he had a gun and had to use it, he's a cold-blooded killer. Fuck him. He wanted to shoot that Ku Klux Trans member. Because all gun owners, they're just bloodthirsty. You don't got shit to say to his family. You don't got shit to say to him. He had to take somebody's fucking life. Nothing to say to him. But to the Ku Klux Trans member and their family, oh, my condolences. My heart goes out to your entire community. I'm so sorry. I wish there was some way that we could rake this motherfucker over the coals and put him in prison for what he did to you, even though it was justified, but we can't. I'm so sorry, Ku Klux Trans members. Fuck you, San Francisco. And this is a picture of all the people out there, the activists who were out there protesting for Banco Brown, who tried to rob and threaten somebody's life. That's who these people are out here for. Not the person who was forced to take their life. They didn't want to. Listen to this shit. We are beyond devastated by Banco's passing. He was a smart and funny young man who, though shy, made friends easily. He was resilient and tenacious and loved by our whole community. Arroyo said, whoever Arroyo is. We need immediate funding for community-based housing that responds to what young people want for themselves. Instead of terrorizing and killing youth, we need real investment in their safety. So never mind that youth. This motherfucker was 25. Youth? I'm thinking teenager when I think youth, not a 25-year-old woman. YWFC and other community activists gathered outside of the Walgreens at 825 Market Street at 3 p.m. to demand justice for Brown. Benko was a quiet boy, but very loving and very helpful. Loved children, loved to be able to give back to the people who were kind of like him. Except for the day that she decided to go into a store and steal shit and make the armed security fear for his life. So they were a fucking angel, except for that day. They were the salt of the earth, the best people. Why did they strike them down? Terrorizing and killing. This guy terrorized that black woman. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Davenport, whoever that person is, he said Brown spent years couch surfing in the Tenderloin. That's where you don't want to be. Number one place you don't want to be is on a couch in the Tenderloin. Don't run a black light over it. The group demanded city officials, including Mayor London Breed. Is that the same London Breed who pledged to eradicate Ku Klux trans homelessness? Guess she hasn't got started on that yet. And organizations do more to invest and house young people, specifically black trans youth. Here we go. You guys ready? This Walgreens has been more harmful to the black community more than anything. Walgreens, the drugstore, has been more harmful to the black community than anything else. Who is the dumbass who said this? A bunch of people steal from this Walgreens every single day. Why do you think they got armed security, you dumb fuck? I know, because I used to be a loss prevention manager for Old Navy for years, for almost more than a decade, he said. Why this black young boy had to be taken away from so senseless from something that everyone in the community and everyone around San Francisco does. Can you imagine what this fucking idiot looks like? They can't even talk properly. Who's Davenport? You fucking idiot. The nerve! It's Walgreens' fault. Walgreens has done more damage to the black community than anything else. Wow. And they also said, look at these collection of fucking idiots. Bunch of Ku Klux trans members, Alphabet, Sioux Group. Look at this motherfucker. You know the bottom half of her face is shiny most of the week. You know she wishes she could grow a mustache so she could have that flavor saver. Fuck, look at the black fist. Stop! And they said that Walgreens shouldn't have, some ignorant fucking dumb woman standing out there protesting said that Walgreens shouldn't have armed security because there's nothing inside that store worth a human life. Except for human life. That security guard was a human, and you threatened his life. So we're not talking about products, stupid. We're talking about the people that shop in there and work there. Their lives are worth something. That's why they had to hire armed security at a Walgreens. Walgreens, that bitch, said that Walgreens has done more damage to the black community than anything else. I don't know if I've ever heard anything so fucking stupid. That might be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Walgreens. Not the broken family, not the violence, not the drugs, not the lack of empathy, not the lack of respecting and caring for life. None of that. Walgreens. With the drive-through pharmacy and the toothpaste and toenail clippers and chips and sodas. Walgreens. I think the worst thing that Walgreens has done to any community is selling Takis. That shit like burns a hole in your stomach. If you take a Taki or a hot Cheeto and light it with a lighter, it burns like a candle. People have them in this. I have a bag of hot Cheetos in my survival kit. You know, like either the water, the radio batteries, all that shit. Because it burns like a candle because of the chemicals on it. So if you want to say Walgreens damaged the black community, I'd say, yeah, because they sell Takis. Other than that, I don't see how Walgreens has done anything to any community. But this poor black boy, you see how they referred to her as a boy. This is a 25-year-old woman, but they say it was a black boy. Like he was a little child chewing on bubblegum, riding his scooter, and that security guard came out and said, "Put your fucking hands up, nigga!" Boom, 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 right? Okay. But just know that if the planets align, you can still defend yourself with a firearm in San Francisco. Wow. Walgreens did it. Oh, what? Walgreens did it. Walgreens. They shouldn't have armed security because there's nothing in there worth a human life except for human life, you stupid son of a bitch. That's what he was protecting, his life. You know how many times that district attorney probably said, check one more time to make sure. Are you sure we can't hang a murder charge around this dude's neck? Are you sure? Damn it. All right. Fuck. But you have until I walk up to that podium. Up until I start talking, if you find any way we can hang a murder charge on him, let me know. Police arrested the guard, 33-year-old Michael Earl Wayne Anthony. What does that sound like? That's either a black dude or a fucking country white dude. My name Michael Earl Wayne Anthony, and I ain't taking no shit. I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum. That sounds like a black dude or a country-ass white dude. That's probably why you don't see his picture. Let's see if we can find it. Michael Earl Wayne Anthony. Okay. Michael. Earl. Wayne. Come on. Earl Wayne. Come on. Anthony. Booyakasha. Let's see. That can't be the right one. That can't be the right one. Let's see. Okay. I think we got a picture of him right here. Let's see. So let's see what it says next to this. Hold on. I'll share it with you. San Francisco DA declines to charge Walgreens security guard and has a picture of this guy. So let me see if I can catch some other ones. Oh, there's plenty of pictures of the victim. Because the victim was what? Ku Klux Trans and black. So you gotta open the floodgates of sympathy right there. Okay. This one. Okay. Let me share this screen with you guys. Now, this right here, this first picture is of the victim, Banco Brown. Right here, 25-year-old Ku Klux Trans man. So that's really a woman, 25-year-old woman that they called a youth and a boy, a black boy, youth. Are you considered a youth at 25, 24, 25? You're young, but you're not a youth. You're too old to be a youth. So you're a young person. You're young, but you ain't no fucking youth. You don't go to high school. You can't play youth sports anymore because you're old enough to buy alcohol. You can rent a fucking rental car. You're not a youth anymore.
Ingrid de la Rosa. ¿Qué onda, mija? Dios mío, I know. So that is Banco Brown. That's the victim who was shot and killed. Now this is the shooter. Michael Earl Wayne Anthony, who shot her. How come his picture's not even? Come on now. Come on. This dude shot and killed a Ku Klux Klan member of color. Why is this dude's picture not everywhere? Why? Why don't we see this dude struck down one of their golden calves? Not only a Ku Klux Klan member, but she's a Ku Klux Klan member of color? You know, they were like, oh, you mean a Ku Klux Klan member of color? Oh, they got killed? Oh, wait, what color was the shooter? Tell me it was white. No. Dang it, I was almost there. If you had told me it was a white shooter who killed that black Ku Klux Klan member, fuck. Oh, don't touch me. You mean to tell me we finally got a Ku Klux Klan member of color killed by a white? I can't even say it. Fuck. But that wasn't the case. So that's why you don't see this dude's face plastered everywhere. That's why you don't hear Sloppy Joe saying, we need to pass a bill and I see you and you're visible and all this other bullshit. That's why you're not hearing that. That's why you're not seeing that. Username, white guy would be in jail. Oh, they would find something. T3283. Oh, they would burn it down. They would find some way to Cirque du Soleil contort a murder charge for that dude if he was fucking white. If only he was white. Could you imagine a fucking cisgendered white man gunned down a black Ku Klux Klan member? They couldn't contain themselves. They couldn't even talk about it on their TV shows because they would be too tired from coming. They would be too worn out, too pooped from coming too much. Just give me a cigarette and leave me alone. I can't do the show. I can't do it tonight. Why not? Because there was fuck. I can feel it already. A Ku Klux Klan member of color killed by a cancel the show. Cancel it. It'll be too much. You would just see fucking cigarette smoke coming from all the mainstream mediocres buildings because they're just, whoo! I don't think I've ever come like that before. Ooh. Fucking cisgendered white man. Damn it. He's a person of color too. Pack it up. Pack it up. He's a person of color too. Damn it. You tell me. They're like, shit. You sure he wasn't white? All right, moving on. You rotten motherfuckers. Okay. Let me show you something real quick. Real quick, guys, because this is something we were very concerned with. Don't act like you didn't care. Don't act like when Fetterman was in the hospital for all that time, for those weeks. Don't act like you weren't concerned for his well-being. You weren't concerned for his health. Don't act like that. I know you were waiting with bated breath. I know. Let me show you guys something here. There it is. I just want to check in on Fetterman, see how he's doing. Don't you guys want to know? Don't you guys want to make sure that he's doing all right? He's doing okay? Me too, man. Me too. Care a lot about Fetterman. And that's him about to go and vote. So is this how Fetterman is dressed while on his way to the Senate floor to cast a vote? No, he's not about to hit the court. No, he's not about to go do a 1v1. No, he's not about to run a high school basketball practice. None of the above. That man is going to the floor of the Senate to cast a vote. You should not be allowed to show up for work if you're an elected official dressed like that. It's not like they called you in on a Sunday morning and you were chilling and we got to have an emergency vote. This is the middle of the week with plenty of heads up. You know your schedule, don't you? At least your handlers do. This is how you fucking show up to work. They shouldn't have allowed him in the building. They got dress codes at nightclubs. They got dress codes in places where they sell fuzzy navels, but you don't have a dress code on the floor of the fucking Senate? This dude's allowed to go in there and vote like he's dressed to do yard work? What? I wouldn't let my child dress like that for school. Are you starting the day off with gym class? What the fuck? Get out of here. Brian Kingby, I agree. He says, I'm fed up with this. What the fuck is this? That's right, J-Po. Suit and tie, it's itchy. Where can I take it off? Like a little boy wearing a suit. Mommy, it's uncomfortable. It's itchy. And you got to take family pictures or something. What? Diesel says not even an Uber Eats guy is allowed to dress like that. I don't want you delivering my food looking like that. Rex Rocker says the hoodie hides neck buddy. Neck buddy doesn't like to be hidden. Hey, Drew, will you take off this hoodie? What's that, neck buddy? Oh, John, don't ever cover me up like that. You know I can't breathe, you moron. Sorry, it's chilly out. Just leave it like this, you stupid asshole, so I can breathe, John. Sorry, neck buddy. What the fuck is this? Man, get this out of here. That motherfucker dressed like he's ready to hoop. But he's going to vote to shape the landscape of our country and Pennsylvania. Lorianne, don't encourage me. Don't do the laughing emojis. I shouldn't be acting this play. Anyway, what the fuck was that? That dude's at work. He didn't show up like that and then go change in his office. He's ready to work, dressed like that. Okay. Chocolate Patty, you lying son of a bitch. Lorianne, okay, she says she's going to. She says, I will. I saw that, Jay Reason. He says some dude just shot 5 women in Atlanta. I just saw something about a mass shooting in Atlanta. Let me make a note of that. What do you look like? What they look like? This will let me know the level of give a shit from the mainstream mediocres. If there was a white shooter, we're halfway there. They just need to be colored. White shooter, colored people. That's all we fucking need. Run with it. Let's see. Atlanta mass shooting. Fucking Atlanta. Atlanta shooting, authorities actively searching for suspect. 1 dead, 4 injured. Police ID suspect. 1 dead, 4 injured after shooting in Atlanta hospital. Suspect at large. Numerous law enforcement agencies searched Wednesday for a 24-year-old man suspected of fatally shooting 1 woman and injuring 4 others inside a waiting room at a hospital in Atlanta before carjacking a vehicle and fleeing the scene. Oh, well, there goes that story. They're not going to cover it because it sounds to me like the shooter's black. You tell me. Atlanta police identified the suspect as Dion Patterson. Just not a lot of white guys running around in Atlanta named Dion. And they shared 5 photos of him. So he went into a waiting room and shot up a bunch of women. Was he targeting them because they're women? Or they just happened to be a bunch of women in the waiting room when he went in there and shot shit up? It looks like he was just coming in there to shoot people because there's a still photo of him just walking up. But he's a shooter of color, so it don't matter. You won't hear anything else about this story. What I just said right there, what I just read to you, that's the most you're going to hear about this story. And that, my friends, is the truth. Thank you, On My Own Time, for the Hamilton. He says, respect the Capitol, you bell ringer. Was that calling him fucking Quasimodo? Come on, man. You're going up in the floor of this. I wouldn't dress like, I'm not even a senator, and I wouldn't dress like that. It's the floor of the Senate. I know they disrespect it and shit on it, but I have respect for those buildings. Oh, my goodness. So we might know a little bit. We might find out a little bit about that guy, but you know damn good and well that it's not going to get the coverage that it would if the colors lined up. Because they have like a chart. It's almost like a little kaleidoscope thing, and they click. If all the things click into place, white shooter, colored victims, hopefully black. Oh no. Cross your fingers on both hands. That's bad luck. Uh-oh. But fingers crossed, they're black victims because they get the most value. That's the highest value. White shooter, black victim. Oh, shit. It's endless. The possibilities for revenue are endless. You know how long they can milk that, a white shooter and black victims? Oh, and it doesn't matter. Cop, security guard, regular citizen, it don't matter. As long as the shooter is fucking white and the victims are black, that's like generational wealth. They can go back to that over and over and over again. Authentically Kennedy, thank you very much, president of the soon-to-be a mama club. Yes, I'm going to keep saying that because having kids are fucking awesome. Thank you for the Hamilton young lady. She says, Jericho, do you think we can have a live watch party for Trump's town hall on CNN? I'll bring the popcorn. Let's see. Okay. CNN this morning. Like anybody has ever heard of that bullshit before. CNN This Morning anchor Caitlin Collins will moderate the event at St. Anselm College, which will air 8 p.m. Eastern Time on May 10th. So what day of the week is that? That's a week from now. So that's next Wednesday. It's at 5 o'clock. I don't think I can authentically Kennedy because we know that's going to run more than an hour, and I have double impact on Wednesdays, like 6 o'clock. But we're going to do something. We're not going to let that go unchecked. We are definitely going to have something here we're definitely going to talk about that here because Trump going on CNN, why? Why would they do that? Because they need him. They need him bad. They need him like a crackhead needs another hit. They need him real bad. This Hex, thank you very much. I believe that's Canadian money, eh? Thank you, Hoser. Appreciate that. This Hex says, way too long since I caught a JG stream. Exact same BS I said last time. None of that matters, man. You are here now, and I appreciate it. Thank you. J954, thank you again. He says, can a white liberal identify as a person of color? Yeah, Rachel Dolezal did. She rose through the ranks of the NAACP as a white woman. So yeah, hell yeah, they will. They identify as the opposite sex. Why not identify as the opposite race? They're fucking transracial is what they are. And just like trans-able now you got people fucking falling downstairs and shit on purpose to make themselves crippled, make themselves handicapped, paralyzed. Some bitch threw Drano in her eyes because she wanted to identify as deaf. What the fuck is wrong with you? While these people are getting these stupid ass surgeries and doing this shit to themselves, when they make it to the hospital, because they got to go to the hospital eventually. I think that woman who put the Drano in her eye, she waited like a half hour or something to make sure irreparable damage was done. So she would definitely be blind. What a fucking idiot. But these people are going to make it to the hospital. And when they do, before you let them go, I would say even before you try and heal their wounds or help them out, if it's a woman, give her a hysterectomy. And if it's a man, give him a vasectomy. Because if you are so fucking stupid that you want to give yourself a disability on purpose, you can't reproduce. You forfeited that right. You're a dumbass. So hospitals out there, doctors, if you're listening and you got one of these dumbasses coming in your hospital, one of these crazy fucks that want to be paralyzed or something or want to be disabled in any way on purpose, take away their ability to reproduce. I thank you on behalf of the general public. Florida critic. And it usually someone who either looks like a thumb or like God spilled a human. They say you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can sure see that cover coming from a mile away, can't you? You look like, oh man, what the fuck? They look crazy. They look fucked up. These Ku Klux trans members, they look like they would be a Ku Klux trans member. Look at them. They look awful. Look at that fucking crazy idiot Rachel Levine. What the hell is that? Patrick C says, since I started, let's do this like an infomercial. Since I started watching Jericho Green, I'm more attractive to women and my teeth are whiter. Thank you, Jericho Green. Hey, you're welcome, man. I didn't know that was one of the byproducts, one of the side effects of watching me. But yeah, you want to be more appealing to the ladies? To the ladies. Ooh. You want a brighter, wider smile? Then come check me out. Next thing you know, you're walking around outside. Ooh, who's that? I bet he watches Jericho. And it's like, come here. Well, I know. You're welcome. You're welcome. Where was that one? Okay. Chocolate pate. You little bastard. You little unqualified, misplaced bastard. I bet they were like, man, can we get somebody in here as White House press secretary that just sucks? So, yeah, I think we can. We got somebody pretty shitty. They're like, no, I don't want somebody pretty shitty. I need somebody who is the worst. They're like, well, we're coming off the heels of Jen Psaki. That's pretty bad. No. She needs to make Jen Psaki look like a fucking Oxford professor. This next press secretary just needs to be a sorry sack of shit on every level. Can you deliver it? And they said, yes, sir, we can. And I think we have her right here.
You said yesterday that when it comes to illegal migration, you see it come down by more than 90%. Where did that number come from?
I was speaking.
Is telling us the number is.
I hear you. I'm about to answer.
Let him finish.
36,000 people more.
I'm about to answer you.
Year so far.
Shut the fuck up.
If the dramatics could come down just a little bit. If the dramatics could come down a little
What's
bit.
dramatic about asking a question about?
Okay, I'm going to answer. So I was speaking to the parolee program. As you know, the president put in place a parolee program to deal with certain countries on.
Are you guys sitting down? Because she hasn't said it yet, but here it comes. Okay.
And on ways that we can limit illegal migration. And we have seen the data has shown us that it has gone down by more than 90%. That was what I was speaking to. No.
Illegal immigration has gone down over 90%. You little lying, shiny-faced midget. Where has the immigration gone down? Because of a parole program? You guys haven't put shit in place to stop this. That's why you got Sloppy Joe putting National Guard troops on the border. He just sent 1,500 of them. But if it's gone down by 90%, then why the hell are you sending the National Guard? Somebody help me out. Explain this to me like I'm 6 years old. Somebody make that make sense. It's gone down over 90%, says who? What? Chocolate, somebody give her a vagina to chew on. Because that woman is terrible. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, White Run Guard. Did Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, bring down immigration by using her laugh? Where is our border czar? You know, White Run Guard, I've suggested that before. I've suggested that, well, there's layers to it. White Run, you got a minute? Thank you. That's right, Jay Reason, the math ain't mathing. 1 + 1 is not equaling to 2. So I said, probably around at least a year ago, I said that, number one, we got to get Kamala down there. That's number one. She can't do anything to the border, for the border, if she's not there. So how do we get her there? How? What is she like? Because I remember as a child, it harkens me back to my days as a child growing up in rural, it's one of my least favorite words, rural California. 10.5 acres, raised hogs, chickens, pigs, all that shit. Didn't buy pork or eggs or chicken or any of that until I moved out on my own. Well, until my dad died when I was like 15 or something like that. Anyway, grew up on farm shit. And one of the ways that we would get the hogs to go into the trailer when we needed to transport them, we would take a bucket of slop and we would make do a Hansel and Gretel style, leading the pig into the trailer. And by the time the pig goes like that, put its head up, boom, the gates close behind it. Gotcha, right? So pigs love slop. What does Kamala love? And I mean love.
because we have to get her. Number one, it's like, how far is it from Washington, D.C. to the Texas-Mexico border? So we're looking at like, what, 700 miles, 800 miles. That's a long way. You got to keep her focused until she gets there. What does Kamala love? You know it. You don't want to say it? I'll say it. Thank you, Alien Robot Ghost. Old men, yes. But what part of the old man? The crotch area. Willie Brown's like, I know. So if we can get like copious amounts of old men's pubic hairs. I'm talking 75 and up, her sweet spot. If we can get, they have, if we can get 75 plus year old men to shave their pubes and donate them. We'll have hubs around the country. Shave your pubes and donate them, old men. We can make a trail from DC to the Texas-Mexico border. The reason I picked that one is because that's the one closest to her. So if we can make a trail from DC to Texas, that'll be Kamala. All the way down. And then by the time she realizes it, you got me, guys, I'm here. She's already down there. Maybe we can get her to do some work. But once she gets down there, White Run Guard, once she gets down there to repel the hordes of illegals coming up here, thousands of them, you see them on the damn TV, wearing North Face jackets and shit on their iPhone 10. Joe Biden told us to come here. That's only some of them. The other ones are like, Joe Biden told me to come here from China. He told me to come here from Africa. What? I'm here from Pakistan. Everybody's down there. But to repel such a large group of people, what are you going to use? What can make those people go, oh, and go back home? Kamala. So we can get her on a mountaintop, get a bunch of speakers. Gar, 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 gar. Those sound waves will go out. And the people, no, what is that? Gar, 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 gar. Fucking blow them over and shit. Run! They'll head back. That's what I'm thinking. Jay Reasons. China, do it again. I got you. We come here all the way from China. Joe said, come here. So we here now. Take me. So, White Run Guard, what I'm trying to say is we got to get her down there first. And then once we do, she can and repel all of them back to from whence they came. Even all the way back to China. You think Kamala doesn't have it in her to blow somebody all the way back to China? You underestimate her. That's right, Room 13. In the Spanish is pronounced Biden. Joe Biden tell us to come here. My friend, your motherfucker. Right? That's probably my favorite thing to say. In that accent. Your motherfucker. Because he used to have this dude when I worked at McDonald's. I've told you this before. When I worked at McDonald's as a teenager when I was in high school, we had this older Mexican dude named Adamar. And he was the janitor. He was cleaning up messes and shit, mopping the floor. And whenever you would walk across the floor he just mopped, he would get fucking pissed. Sometimes people, I never did. Adamar was my boy. But sometimes people would step on his wet floor just to see him get pissed. Because he would get so fucking mad. He would get like throw his hat on the ground mad if you stepped on the wet floor. Because obviously you see it's wet. It's shining. It's wet. You know it is. And when people would step on his floor, hey, where your motherfucker? Your motherfucker, bitch. My floor is a wet. Your motherfucker. He would get so mad. Hey, Florida Critic. Thanks, man. Peace out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for participating. That's some real shit. Adamar would get fucking pissed. What, your motherfucker? Hey, shout out to you, Adamar. If you're out there anywhere, man, you are so much fun to work with. You would get so fucking pissed off. What the fuck? All right, I'll stop. That was fun. Monica Foster, thank you so much for the Twomsky super sticker. I thank you, young lady. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And again, sorry for your loss, Monica. Hope time is kind to you and your family. I really do. Space Truck and LLC. Thank you. Says, yo, JG. Yo, chat. Says, I sent a super before you started the Walgreens story. Okay, I'll find it. I'll hunt it down. I'll fucking find it. Yeah, see, well, as you well know, Space Truck and LLC. When I share the screen, I can't see the comment section. So sometimes I'll sneak past them. Just let me know and I'll make it right. Thank you, Ron Fuego. He says, someone say, Kamama Lama. Fucking hyena. Derek Marsick said Indian food. No, Kamala is much more excited by old man's pubes than Indian food. But thank you for the suggestion. The old man's pubes are like catnip to her. You ever seen a cat, the way they act when you give them catnip? It's almost like they're high. Same with her. She gets all euphoric when she smells their pubes. J954, thank you. He is swinging for the fences. All the border needs is a bunch of Claymore mines. Point towards the enemy. Safety off. Click, click, click. Oh, man. The violent approach. I love it. Or they could just take away the incentives for people coming here. Or build a wall. You know, just crazy shit. We're just spitballing. Maybe a fucking wall? What do you think of that? What do you think of that, guys? A big-ass wall they can't climb? Thank you, Leonard S. He says, charter a yellow school bus to take her there. I think you mean a short yellow school bus. That would be perfect for her needs. Mr. Comet 2009, leaving no doubt. I like women. That dude, I don't like men's no more. Women. That poor fucking dude. Jeez. I don't like men's no more. Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, you fucking do. All right, space trucking. Let's find that super, shall we? Find that fucking thing, man. No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, White Run Guard. You had one up here too, man. I didn't even see it. My B. It says now black on black violence. Crickets. You got it. Black on black violence means absolutely nothing. Has to be a fucking white man. Now, if he's white, we're listening. We are listening to that. Anything other than that, fuck off. Don't want to hear it. I got no use for it. What would be the use in discussing black on black crime in a serious manner on a national stage? I know, nothing. Nothing at all. At all. So once I'm done here, I have to do the weekly assembling my son's baseball uniform. Because somehow, when he gets home from the game, he takes off his uniform and he puts it all in the laundry basket together, but it never comes out together. It's one sock in this load, one sock in the other one, the shirts in this. I don't know how that shit happens, but believe me, people, it does. So the search begins.
Walgreens. Thank you, Trash Camera Guy 99.9. What are they going to say when Walgreens decides to do the right thing and get the hell out of SF? Taking all their oppressive merchandise with them. That's exactly what they're going to say. And they're really going to start complaining when the gentrification happens, because these businesses are going to leave, just like what is it? Whole Foods. Whole Foods was there for a year, closed that bitch down in San Francisco. So it's going to happen with Walgreens too. It's going to happen with Walmart. They're all going to follow suit. And then you're going to have these places with no businesses, so the property value is going to go down. Then they're going to start, someone's going to come in because the property's cheap, and they're going to buy it up. Then they're going to turn it into fucking Brooklyn. Now it's just a bunch of hipsters with fucking rooftop beehives and shit. That's what's going to happen. Then you're going to say, oh, look, it's racism, it's gentrification. Well, if you guys didn't rob these fucking businesses out of existence, they'd still be here, you dumbass. What the fuck is wrong with these people? But they again, they're not dumb. They're evil, not dumb. Thank you, Patrick C. He says, Walgreens, how dare you? In their Greta voice, how dare you? You expect these people to do? It doesn't matter if you're selling bubble gum or fucking cars. You're in business to make money. If you're not making money, you gotta go. Well, I missed a few supers up here, huh? My bad. Thank you for this nugget of info, Spun Bearing, and thank you for the donation. On stand your ground situation, never say lethal force, say necessary force. It's what they teach at the police academies. Okay, so you would say, I was in fear for my life, so I used necessary force. Boom. That'll get rid of a lot of headache for you in the legal system, because that will paint you as somebody whose life was threatened, and you thought this was the only way to ensure your safety, period. It should be that easy, no matter what state you live in. If you're in the United States of America, it should be as simple as, I felt my life was in danger, so I had to use necessary force. Bing, bang, boom. Space Trucking LLC, I found it. Thanks for the Hamilton, man. He says, how's it, JG? Checking in on your fitness journey. I got diagnosed type 2 diabetic. Now working to get my shit together, change diet, and back in the gym. And thankfully, A1C has dropped by a point and a half and 6 weeks in. Well, first of all, congratulations to you, man. I'm glad that getting diagnosed with that made put a spark in you, man, and made you turn things around and do the right thing and get healthy. As far as me, I'm still on that journey. I had probably a couple months ago, I went in, got blood drawn and all that shit. Everything's fine. I was just talking to my wife the other day about, she said she wants to schedule another one just for follow-up, for a checkup. So far, everything's good. Hopefully, when I go back, the doctor has more good news to give me. But I'm still trying, man. It's really tough. It is, but I'm doing it. Doing it. Wow. And good for you, man. I'm glad your points are going down. That means you're getting healthy. You're going to stay that way. So I'm glad, man. Thank you. Because we don't want to live in a world with no fucking Space Trucking LLC, man. We believe that shit. And yeah, hold on. Who said that? Ron Fuego. It's called capitalism. Yeah. We can't do business here because of the violence and the drug use. Bye. And you think Target or Walmart or Whole Foods or any of these? Whole Foods is owned by fucking Jeff Bezos. They're going to be all right. Those neighborhoods won't, but those companies will. I thank you, Wet Works 57 for the Hamilton. Here's a little something for the tip jar. Good show, Jericho. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know what? I think this will be the end of our show. Oh, no, it won't. J954 said, don't forget about me. I want to play. J954 says, oh, hold on. I just hit the fucking
J954 said, necessary force does not apply for 10 millimeter though. Hey, if it's what I got, I have a prominent law enforcement member in my family. And we were hanging out this weekend, and I told him about my 10 mil and that I wanted to carry it as a concealed carry, but I needed to find some home defense rounds because, the full metal jackets will punch right through him and anybody else. And he said, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So, hey, man, got law enforcement on my side. They say, use that 10 mil. So that's what I'll be doing. If it's all I have, then it's necessary. It's the only force I got, so it's necessary. Nicodemo Scarfo says, tits jar? No, man, he said tip jar, but hey, if you want to figure out some kind of tits jar, let me know. But what would that be for? Are you helping, are you putting money in there to buy somebody some new tits? If we get a certain amount, do we see some tits? You got to explain a little more than that, Ron Fuego. But I feel like you will. I feel like you have vast knowledge of titties. But I thank you guys for being here out there in the world or in here in the comment section. I thank you very much. I thank you for your time, your questions, your comments, your moolah. 8 billion sons of bitches in the world, and you pick me. Thank you very much. Derek Marsick, titties, exclamation point. That's how I should end every show. Titties. I'm out. Let me try that. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize a Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.